So now we will move to category 2, which is just one example that I have, and that is Bible obsession. Actually, Quran translators, they're obsessed with the Bible. They always have the King James in their mind as they translate. So we see here the word حبا. وأخرجنا منها حبا. Now they have it as grain. This is correct because this is the same grain that you make bread by.
Right.
Correct. Now what about here? حبة من خردل. All of a sudden it's a mustard seed, not a mustard grain. Why? Because in the back of their mind, they recall the word mustard seed from the Bible.
Correct.
It should be a grain of mustard. حبة من خردل, again, mustard seed. This is the words of Jesus. The Arabic word for seed is actually bidra. Is it a big mistake? No, but it reveals how weak of a translator they actually are, and that manifests itself throughout their entire translations. So before we go into the sin standard Islamic narrative based mistakes, this is for the next episode. I just want to know your opinion so far.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's interesting, and of course, Saint Murad, you already touch on something important, and that's the deficiency of those who don't speak Arabic. And even if they speak Arabic, as you stated, sometimes the argument is like, well, you don't understand the Arabic of the Quran. Maybe you speak Arabic, maybe you understand Arabic, but the Arabic of the Quran somehow is magical, superior, supernatural. But you can only imagine now how someone who doesn't speak Arabic, how they will be dependent completely on whatever English translation they have in their hand, assuming they even have access to multiple ones so they can compare and contrast and see for themselves that why is this guy translated it this way and the other guy is translated it another way, for instance.
Yeah, exactly. And it shows in all levels, in all categories, especially as we keep going on in this series.
Right. So it's a process of indoctrination, to be honest. I mean, that's pretty much what's going on. And it's no wonder, and I don't know, of course, about you, but it's no wonder that when you're speaking sometimes to Western people who are interested in having a dialogue with Muslims and things like that, if they do not really understand some of these minutiae details that you just touched on, they end up falling into using whatever the Quran is telling them in English, and they use that as if it's an argument, that can fit the basically the dilemma that they're trying to share with a Muslim. But when in fact, if they know anything about some of these details, the problem is even deeper than they think, and they can have basically a different topic to discuss with the Muslim versus just sticking with whatever the Quran is saying. And they typically receive this pushback that, well, you don't speak Arabic, therefore Arabic is not your native language, and therefore you do not understand what the Quran is saying. So thank you again, St. Murad, for doing this. And of course, we're looking to the next episode where we will start with the category number 3, which is the standard Islamic narrative based translations. I hope everyone is enjoying so far what have been discussed, and we hope that you will benefit from this particular video series, and it will take you at a deeper level now in terms of your dialogue with Muslims. And maybe even you can point to our Muslim friends, especially those that do not speak Arabic, and maybe even those who speak Arabic, how these translations are really not straightforward, not forthtelling. Rather, they are intended on manipulating meanings and sometimes doctrines as a result of this. Thank you again, St. Murad. Thank you everyone for watching. This is Al-Fadi. Until next episode, have a blessed day.